All right, the last little bit for the day. Section 7.4. We're going to talk about something called dimensional analysis and unit conversions. Now that sounds really, really intimidating, I'm sure. Dimensional analysis, this is an S, not a C. Sorry, it looks like a C because my penmanship is going downhill. Dimensional analysis and unit conversions. All of that to say, what we are going to do in this section is we are going to learn how to convert between one unit and another. This is particularly important, in the U.S. system of measurement, where there's different conversions that don't even make any sense because 1 foot has 12 inches, and then 3 feet make a yard, and then 1,760 yards make a mile. So there's no standard, what you multiply, what you divide by. And then also, if you're like me, when do I multiply by things? When do I divide by things? It's a lot to remember. So I want to make this a little more relaxing. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do a little conversion. So here's my first example. Let's say this. How many, well, I'm not going to write it out. Let's just say this. If I have 3 pounds, I want to know how many ounces is that. Now here's the thing that I mentioned. There's some things you do have to remember for this next test. Something you don't have to remember. In my class, I don't make you remember all the conversions. Okay, I will give you a chart of conversions. There's a chart of conversions in the book. When you do most of your problems in my math lab, there'll be the conversions. If you don't know the conversion, if it's not given to you, just use Google. It'll tell you how to convert, and then you can do what's called dimensional analysis. Okay, so for this, what I'm going to tell you, the unit conversion, okay, what the unit conversion is this. 1 pound, I don't know why, but the abbreviation for pound is LB, who knows? 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces, okay? That's called a unit conversion. It's telling you, the reason it's called a unit conversion is it's telling you 1 unit of something is equal to how much of another thing. So you will be given, I will in this class give you the unit conversions you need, but what you need to do is you need to know how to use them, which is the more important skill. Okay, so I want to know now if 1 pound is 16 ounces, 3 pounds is what? Now I'm keeping the numbers relatively simple for our examples because I want you to understand the process. So this process is really important to me. This is how you do dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis goes like this. Okay, I'm starting with 3 pounds. So I'm going to put 3 pounds right here. I'm going to use the abbreviation, LBS. Again, I don't want you to stress about remembering. Do I have to multiply? Do I have to divide? What do I have to do? I know different teachers do this different. Dimensional analysis says this. I'm going to take that unit conversion and I'm going to make a ratio out of it. Here's my goal. I've started off with pounds. I want the pounds to go away, so I want to end up with ounces. That's going to tell me what to do in my ratio right here. I know 1 pound is 16 ounces. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing on this first one, and then the future ones, you're going to tell me. I'm going to take the 1 pound, and I'm going to put it in the bottom. And I'm going to put the 16 ounces in the top. So you might be thinking, whoa, Berkster, why are you doing that? That's a great question. The reason I'm doing that is now I've got pound in the top, I've got pound in the bottom. So I can cancel those. And that is my goal every time, is to cancel the units I don't want, so that now what am I left with? Ounces. That's what dimensional analysis is. So I started off with pounds, so that's why I put the pounds of my unit conversion in the denominator, so that now top and bottom, it's just like a fraction in arithmetic. I can cancel the things that are the same, and now I'm just left with ounces right there. And then this also tells me what to do. I've got 3. The 16 is in the numerator, so that means I'm going to do 3 times 16. I'm not going to divide. If the 16 was in the denominator, I would divide. Okay, so it also tells me if I'm going to multiply by a number or divide by a number. So 3 times 16 tells me that I have 48 ounces in this. I'd like you to do this problem right here. I have a sheet with all the examples that I like to do. Okay, so here's what I would like you to do next. I want you to please do, let's try this. Let's say that you are going to go somewhere and it's 7 miles. And you want to know, okay, how many feet is that? Here's the unit conversion. This is what I'm going to give you, and you need to know what to do with it. Please, I understand with these simple numbers and simple situations right now, you probably could do some of these in your head. Practice the analysis, because when we come back next time, we're going to do things that require more than one step. Okay, so I'm building you up to something. I'm building you up to things when the conversions aren't so familiar, like when we're converting between feet and centimeters, okay, which is going to be more unfamiliar. Okay, so I have a reason for wanting you to actually write down the dimensional analysis. So the unit conversion is that 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet. Okay, so please set up the dimensional analysis and do that conversion. Okay, so on this problem, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna give you one more, and then I've got tests to give back to you. So we start off with 7 miles, and we're gonna multiply by our unit fraction. So here's the key question. This is the reason I wanted you to set up the problem. When I create the ratio out of my unit conversion, what is gonna go in the top? What's gonna go in the bottom? Okay, everybody spoke at once, so I'm sorry. You guys answered it, and I really appreciate it. What did you say? Perfect. Somebody else tell me, why did we put 5,280 feet in the top and the 1 mile in the bottom? What's the rationale for that? Yeah. We're trying to cancel out the miles. Perfect. Well said. Nice and simple, straightforward. So now the miles cancel, and I am left with the units that I want, which is feet. And now this also tells me that what am I going to do with the 7 and the 5,280? I'm going to multiply them, and then what's your calculator tell you that is? 960. Did I hear you right? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, one more. And then I will give back your test. And this is where we will pick up. You can get started on your 7-4 homework. I gave you a little worksheet as a supplement if you want to work through some of those problems. So what I would like you to do is, let's see this. If you're doing something and you have 52 quarts, I want to know how many gallons is that. Here's the unit conversion, is that 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. All right, just for time's sake, because I promise I let you out on time, we're starting off with 52 quarts on this one. The abbreviation is QT, or you can just write it out. And so now, in my dimensional analysis, my ratio, what am I going to put at the top? What am I going to put at the bottom? 1 gallon at the top, 4 quarts at the bottom. Again, why did I do that? Because I want the quarts to cancel out. Tracking with me on this? You know, it takes a little practice to get good at it. Okay, so that we'll practice some more. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you with just 3 examples. So the quarts cancel. Now this time, the dimensional analysis tells me what am I going to do with my 52 and my 4? What operation? You're going to divide. The 4's in the bottom. Yes. So 52 divided by 4. What does that turn out to be? 13. 13 gallons. Beautiful. All right. So we've introduced dimensional analysis. We will follow it up on Tuesday next with more examples before we roll into the next section. So well done, everybody.